I'm Joe Mclalwain. I'm the executive director of Edmond Center for the Arts. I've been here for 15 plus years now. Was here from the very beginning and the opening of the facility, and it has been an amazing ride from day one. And I'm thrilled to still be a part of it and cannot wait to get back to doing what we do best.
So I have a question for you. Are you ready for this question? So I just want to know who you're, no, seriously, I've been asking, when I ask questions like this, I actually start thinking, like, what is my answer to this question? But like, who are your top 5 artists, like favorite artists of all time?
Oh man.
And it could be someone local too.
All right, I'm gonna say these names and it's gonna date me. It's gonna make it very clear how old I was in the 80s and the 90s. But I mean, top of my list is Prince, just because of the incredible versatility that he brought to the table, his charisma, his artistry. Like I mean, hands down, like forever, that will just be my favorite artist. But then it gets weird beyond that. So Indigo Girls is really, they're huge for me, and they were a big deal for me in high school and college. Depeche Mode, now we're getting into my 80s vibe.
That is.
That's all right. That's all right. Maybe not many people do anymore, but Depeche Mode was amazing. Or The Cure. I mean, that was sort of the sort of techno pop 80s thing was totally for me. But then I go back into my earlier childhood, the 70s. I think about Elton John and James Taylor and some of those artists. But I also, I've also grown, I think, in my doing this work also brings a lot of new, experiences to the table, new music to the table. So it's been fun to discover artists along the way. I really was blown away by Keb Mo, for instance, or seeing Lily Tomlin on our stage. Even though she's not a musician, that experience was amazing to be backstage with her, watching her prepare for her performance and engaging with her, things like that. Just those moments. Randy Newman, well, Randy Newman was amazing. Backstage, I was there with my children and they were young, and he walked by us right when intermission was beginning. He walked by us, he left the stage and was heading to the dressing room. And he got about halfway down the hallway and he turned back and he came back to just my 2 children backstage and started to sing "You Got a Friend in Me." And it was one of those, like I started crying. I was like, it was one of those moments where, how precious is that? And those things don't happen very often to very many people. And it was just something I'll never forget. So I've also, and his music is really interesting. So I've learned a lot. I've expanded my horizons over time too. But if you really want my favorites and my, the things I love, it's sort of in that 80s time frame. And that's just, I mean, this, there's moments in your life where you hear music, you have music that defines the moment for you, defines a transition in your life or a certain period in your life. And I guess what that highlights is sort of my moody teenager moments were really filled with things like Depeche Mode, The Cure, and those kinds of artists, which is great. It worked for me.